from the community. The family was all getting frowned upon, and I was totally exhausted by that. Once I went to college and qualified as a nursery nurse, this was the time when I decided to go abroad and work as a holiday rep, and and just escape this country, escape the community really. And looking back now, I realise it was a form of therapy for me, because that's where I built my confidence. I learned a lot about me, because I became a holiday rep in Spain.
And there was
And
no one there to judge you, who knew you and knew your
ex-
past, and was maybe that from the same background to say you're different, and
yeah,
you discovered
yeah,
yourself.
exactly. And it really did feel like like you can't beat some sun and some sea and a little bit of partying. Of course, you've got to get the praying in as well, but it was a good balance. And the people that I was like sort of friends, the team, that we all become family. When you're reps that go from the UK, you all become like family to each other, and you kind of look out for each other. So it just made me feel very, very secure, and that's where had my biggest growth. Like, for example, I would run welcome parties where the holiday makers would come out, and I would have to like talk to the audience. They were the holiday makers. Tell them about the resort. Tell them about the children's pop mini discos. Tell them about the activities that we're doing. Tell them about their hotel. What's available in the resort. What excursions are available. And that's where, like they say, the more you make yourself uncomfortable, that's where you'll get your biggest growth. And that's basically what happened to me. So I'll come back from abroad after spending 2 years in Spain. A tough cookie. And I just kept growing and growing, and, yeah.
So when you came back, did people again frown on you and go,
Oh,
"Right, she's
yeah,
become
yeah.
different"?
Because at this point, then I'd experienced an independent lifestyle. So suddenly I wanted my own property.
Right. Okay.
I didn't no longer want to live with mummy and brothers and sisters, because I was like, well, if I want to come in and out of the house my time, because culturally, any South Asian person in my time, there were very strict rules about staying indoors. You only left the house with your mum and dad, or went to town with your mum and dad. Do you know what I mean? So suddenly I'd lived abroad. I was used to coming and going when I wanted, and I felt that it was disrespectful to my mum if I wanted still to have that lifestyle. So one day I just sort of said to my mum, "Mum, I need my own place." And so eventually I just got my own. Mum was like, "It's going to be hard. It's not easy living on your own." And I was like, "Well, I'll worry about the hurdle when it happens, but I need to move out, because I don't want to be seen as disrespecting your rules. Because if I'm staying under your rules, then I need to understand that I've got to be in the house at a very reasonable time, or, you know." Um, yeah, so I moved out and became the talk of the community again.
Right.
So I
Okay.
was doing everything
Yeah.
to make sure that I became the talk of the community. It was like, all the aunties and uncles stay well clear of Farida Khalifa.
It's like BBC News, mate.
Yeah, stay clear of her. She's too independent. She's dangerous. She'll guide you the wrong way.
Did you feel that there was something within you that you had to prove to maybe the community? Do you think that maybe some of them experiences still go in your head and go, I'm gonna get on this show, get on that show. I'm like, a part of you
I
is
don't,
proving.
to be honest, I don't need to prove myself to the community. I've always lived my best life on my terms. And when people say to me, "How come you're always so happy for Rita?" Because, you know why? Because I really don't care about other opinions. Other people's opinions really don't matter. While I pay my bills, the only person that I worry and that concerns me is my Lord. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah? So as long as I'm true to God, I really don't care. Other people's opinions, I don't need the validation. So anything that I've done it because, yes, I've said to my Mummy, I'm thinking of doing this and I'm thinking of doing that. And my mum's always given her blessings. And she's been really, I mean, when she's looked at my whole journey, she's been so proud of me. you know. I mean, initially my mum told me not to even start a business
Wow.
because of her experiences.
Right.
Yeah. But I went against the rules and I was like, no, I'm still going to do it, but I've still got a backup contingency plan. I've still got my hair and I'm still a nursery nurse. I've still got the educational background. I've still got the health and social care background. That's my contingency plan. So it doesn't matter even, do you know what I mean?
So tell us about some of your first jobs.
Oh, so jobs. I've worked as selling kitchens, Deluso kitchens,
Wow.
right? Telesales. In the olden days, you used to get the yellow pages out, and you'd have to go down the list, and you'd just do cold calling. I've done worked at Great British Burger for 4 years when I was 16 years old as a waitress.
Okay.
I absolutely loved it, and I would really look forward to my 50p tips. I'd always serve the fish and chips to the old ladies, and they'd give me a 50p tip. But I loved it there, honestly. You know, like I say, don't knock these jobs because this is what makes you, especially if you graft from a young age, you're winning.
Yes.
Yeah, because I've worked. Yeah. So then I qualified as a nursery nurse, and I worked at Bilson College in the day nursery, with children. Then I covered lots of schools as part of my placements, hospital placements as well. I've worked at Travelodge on the call centre. I've worked for the NHS supporting the health visitors, on the community, doing postnatal. Yeah. Then I've worked in special needs schools. I've worked with children in care, health and social care, as a senior residential care officer in an assessment and referral home. I've worked in secure units. I've worked abroad as a holiday rep. Yeah, so
That's quite a CV.
yeah, my CV is pretty colourful, and then I've got all these TV opportunities as
Yeah.
well. You know,
When did you choose the entrepreneurial sort of route?
in the year 2000, October the 1st, 2000 was when the business was registered. Princess Trust gave me funding.
How do you get Princess
So-
Trust funding?
Basically, I went to a salon to get my hair to have some beauty treatment done, and there was a photographer there. Shout out to Parminder, and he basically, I was sitting there doodling on my hand with a cone of henna, and he said to me, he was like, Farida. He looked at the henna design, what I would call a doodle. But I have to admit, I am very creative and I am very good at it. Credit where it's due, but God gifted me, and yeah. So I was just doodling on my hand, and he came over. He was the photographer that had come to that salon to do some work, and he goes, Farida, do you realise you could earn some serious money doing that? And I was like, really? I was like, well, I work for the NHS at the moment, but I don't have extra funds to be setting up a business. And he goes, do you know there's an organisation called the Princess Trust that will give you funding? I was like, really? He gave me his business card and he said, give me a call, I will help you make your business plan, and we'll put a proposal forward to the Princess Trust.
Wow.
A random man, just from the goodness of his heart.
Wow.
So sure enough, I wouldn't leave him alone. I literally, and he helped me write my financial forecast, my business plan. He helped me, guided me, and within like weeks, we were putting a proposal forward to the Princess Trust. And it just snowballed from there. And before you know it, I'm in the Princess Trust booklet. They've given me a mentor. They've given me the funding. I've been on one of their mini courses to give us some guidance. And it just sort of snowballed. And the thing is, when you use an organisation like the Princess Trust, it makes you more accountable. Because you've used their funds, you've got to prove that you are going to make it a success. And not only that, but they would have stands in place like the Manda Centre, and they gave me the free stands. Do you know what I mean? So that I could be marketing my stuff, my business.